Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, Envy. Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing?
Good morning,
Hey, girl.
Good morning. All right, well, we start this hour in New York City where a federal raid on Canal Street erupted into chaos as ICE agents moved in and crowds fought back. Now, the sidewalks of Canal Street, usually packed with vendors selling knockoff handbags and watches, turned tense in a second. Witnesses say agents, they swarmed the area, ordering people to clear out as shoppers and vendors. They scrambled to grab their belongings. Panic spread. People ran in every direction, some falling as they tried to get away, and also shouting at officers. Now, federal officials say the operation was part of Homeland Security investigation into counterfeit goods, which agents from ICE, the FBI, the ATF, they were on the ground to help out with. But witnesses described the scene as a standoff with armed agents in military-style trucks moving through the area. Now, Department of Home...
It's actually good to hear that they raided Canal Street, because it seemed like they were just kind of bullying Mexicans in the Latin community. It's kind of good to see that, you know, they went straight to the Asian source. If I was an ICE agent, I'd probably go straight to Canal Street too.
Security says at least one protester was arrested for assaulting a federal officer, and the NYPD says it had no involvement at all in the raid. But by evening, protesters, they gathered outside of 26 Federal Plaza, where detainees were reportedly taken, calling what happened a show of force, an unnecessary force, and terrifying for immigrant workers. Now, at a press conference, city officials, they condemned the raid, calling it shameful and an overreach of federal power. Let's listen to that.
There is no excuse for sending military-style vehicles and a national law enforcement response for street vendors.
None of this is about public safety. It is about fear and chaos.
Ordinary New Yorkers on their way home or coming home stood up and said what you were doing is shameful. And ICE's response to that was escalation and violence.
So I didn't know ICE gets involved with folks over counterfeit goods. Like, ain't no, like...
Well, it's illegal immigrants. They're saying that people that are selling the counterfeit goods are illegal immigrants.
I never noticed that. We be down there all the time. We used to work down there. I never, noticed they were illegal immigrants.
But, I mean, you don't know who's illegal immigrant. You don't know who's illegal.
That's
Like,
true.
we don't check people's paperwork.
That's me profiling. I'm just
I didn't notice they was... What is an illegal immigrant?
What I'm trying to say is I don't see a lot of Mexicans out there, y'all. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, wow.
Not be Africans out there, though.
Yes, that's
true. What they were, yeah.
Some of them are illegal, too.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, he just literally said that illegal immigrants are Mexicans. That's it? That's crazy.
That's true.
They were asking for a passport.
I don't like Charlamagne, yo. I'm done with him. I'm done with Charlamagne, man. I'm done.
Absolutely. And while millions of Americans are waiting for their next paycheck, President Trump says he's the one who's owed money, $230 million to be exact, and he wants the Justice Department to cut the check. Yep. So he's filed a formal complaint seeking compensation for what he calls years of wrongful investigation dating back to the Russia probe in 2016 and the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case. Now, both cases were dropped after Trump returned to the White House. But now that he's back in office, the president says those investigations hurt him financially and personally, and he believes that he is entitled to damages. Now, the tricky part is any payout would have to be approved by Justice Department officials that he appointed himself, including some of whom worked on the cases that we're talking about right now. So during a press conference at the White House, Trump joked about the unusual situation. Let's listen.
But look, what they did, they rigged the election. And as you know, we had, in one case, 60 Minutes had to pay us a lot of money. George Slavadopoulos had to pay us a lot of money, and they already paid. They paid me a lot of money because what they did was wrong. And, when somebody does what's wrong. Now, with the country, it's interesting because I'm the one that makes the decision, right? And, that decision would have to go across my desk. And it's awfully strange to make a decision where I'm paying myself. In other words, did you ever have one of those cases where you have to decide how much you're paying yourself in damages? But I was damaged very greatly. And any money that I would get, I would give to charity.
Man, if he wasn't the president in real life, he'd be my favorite movie villain. You hear me? Trump wants reparations. And he's going to get it because the Justice Department is his.
He says, I got to prove how much I'm going to give myself, which is a weird situation.
That White House ballroom ain't going to pay for itself. Trump really Debo? What?
He literally just said that anything that he gets, he's going to donate to charity. And Charlemagne goes, that ballroom ain't going to pay for itself. He literally just said anything he gets, he's giving to charity. And they cut the video off right there and changed the entire narrative to he's paying himself. He literally just said, hold on, let's go back. Let's go back to this.
Man, if he wasn't the president in real life, he'd be my...
I was damaged very greatly, and any money that I would get, I would give to charity.
Man, if he wasn't the president in real life, he'd be my favorite movie villain. You hear me? Trump wants reparations. And he's going to get it because the Justice Department is his.
He says, I got to prove how much I'm going to give myself, which is a weird situation.
That White House ballroom ain't going to pay for itself? Trump really Debo. What you got on his ballroom, homie? What you got on his plane? Okay. This is crazy. Yeah. You realize how unprecedented this is?
We are in uncharted territory.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't like Trump either, but I mean, why are you lying? Why are you lying? Like, why are you changing the entire narrative of what he said? He said anything he gets, he's going to donate to charity, and they're literally talking about him as if he's taking the money himself. And when that happened, when he was raiding in Mar-a-Lago, he wasn't the president, so he had no idea that he was going to appoint the people that were going to decide whether he gets the money back. He actually was in the middle of a case, so there's no way that he could have known that he was possibly going to be able to sue these people and appoint these people so that he's able to decide if he gets the money himself. That's impossible. He didn't even know if he was going to be the president. And they just create their own narrative. That's the reason why I can't deal with these people. They just can't keep it real. Just keep it real. Just say that it's weird that he thinks he deserves reparations and leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Stop lying.
You don't have tattoos anywhere?
No. Honey, would you put a bumper sticker on a Bentley? We have lots of TikToks.
I feel like I could be Batman. I feel like you could be Batman. Anybody could be Batman. You just gotta get the gadget.
Northwest proving to be just like all other tweens, a little rebellious.
It's like her world.
The 12-year-old and her pals serving up shocks on TikTok, sporting temporary face tattoos, fake piercings, colored contacts, and blacked out teeth.
And then I'm like, okay, we're never wearing that again. Unfortunately, we made that mistake in front of the whole world.
Yeah, Kim might need a Call Her Daddy Part 2 to react to this one.
She's so creative and she's so amazing. And she'll be like, Mom, I saw this and like, I don't really care that they don't like, if someone says they don't like my blue hair.
Though we have a feeling she okayed the posting.
You know, I feel like my parents were a little bit more strict on me wearing makeup at that age. So as long as we keep everything clean and don't make too much of a mess on things.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. Especially in the day and age where she could have real face tattoos. Who cares about her just playing games? Like, I'm pretty sure we all as kids, before we were even thinking about face tattoos, we're putting stickers on our faces, and I had candy cigarettes. I would have probably worn contacts and all that nonsense and taken pictures too, but we didn't even have that stuff.
I'm fine with her expressing herself and having fun with it.
And we'll give North the benefit of the doubt here. It is spooky season, after all.
North really seems to have the Hollywood bug. Do you think she's the one that's going to just continue with the family business?
I think she will. I think it's just in her blood and who she is and what
What's the family business? No, I'm just kidding.